I hope that you are great. We're going to talk about three. My alarm went off. Okay. Am I back? Okay, I'm back. We're going to talk about three missteps in parenting, and I'm so excited that you are awake and that you are on the live. Are you wondering like how to make this parenting thing a little more simplified, how to thrive, how to make sure that you're doing the things? I talk to parents all the time, and these are parents who are high achieving, and they're educators, and they're entrepreneurs, and they're homeschool moms and dads. And the biggest question that they have is, am I doing it right? Like you wouldn't believe. We want to feel confident as parents, right? We're thriving outside of the home, and then we come home with these children who are individuals, and they're growing, and they are changing, and they're challenging. And the question is, am I doing it right? Do I have what it takes to raise these children or this child? And the answer is yes, you have what it takes. And so I want you to listen for a few minutes as I pump some empowerment into you, but also point you to my Parent Plus Summit. On next Saturday, October 28th, I'm hosting a Parent Plus Summit. 7 experts in the field of education, child development, and just overall thriving in life are going to help you end this year and start next year thriving in parenting. Like, I'm so excited because these are people that I have learned alongside, people who have coached me, I've worked with, I've seen them grow and develop. Specifically, y'all, as I drink my water, Mocha with Restoration Nutrition. She's not playing. She's here to help parents. She's here to help moms, especially because oftentimes we are dictating the food that's coming in our homes. And that has a direct correlation to the energy that we have and the energy that our children have. So Mocha is getting me together. I just did a workout session with Mocha last night virtually because she's in California. I got my water here. I'm making different choices, like it's a real thing. So we're going to thrive. And I want to talk to you about the missteps that are potentially keeping you from thriving. And I want you to register for the summit. Like, I'm going to go into detail about this during the summit. So let's start with the first one. Y'all ready? Actually, let me give you something that really yeah, it really prompted this or made me think about this. This is Luke 14:28-29. For which of you intending to build a tower sitteth not down first and counteth the cost, whether you have sufficient to finish it? Less happily, after he hath laid the foundation, is not able to finish it, all that behold it begin to mock him. So I chose the most challenging the most challenging version for a 6 a.m. live. But what Luke is saying here, or what God is saying here through Luke, is who expects to build this very big and grand thing and doesn't sit down and count the cost first and make sure that the thing that they started, this parenting journey, they're also able to complete, to finish. And we know that this is a marathon, it is not a sprint. And so there are some common missteps, some things that parents are doing that I've done, even that we can just change and switch up to build that confidence and make sure that we can answer the question, am I doing it right? You absolutely are. Am I making the right decisions? You absolutely are. You need a plan, okay? Bottom line is that you need a plan. And during the summit, my goal is that with those 7 areas of expertise, the 7 experts, that you figure out what is my area that I need to focus on in order to thrive. I know that you're busy. I know that you want to be more present. You want to pay attention. You want your children to be successful. And it starts with you. It starts with you. Okay. You don't want to wait for the school to call, to get a phone call, to get a knock on your door, to decide that, oh my goodness, some things need to change. You want to address these missteps now. So I'm saying common missteps. They're common. Okay. So there's no judgment. I want to teach. I want to inform. I want to equip you to accelerate really quickly. Are you ready for number one? You ready for number one? Let's jump into it. Let's jump into it. Y'all ready? I'm excited. Let me say you're a boss, you're successful, you know how to have impact. And so, number one is that a common misstep is the misstep of failing to plan. I want to take you back to my intro into motherhood. And if this resonates with you, let me know. I was planning my shower. Yay, we're ready. I was planning my baby shower in the middle of COVID on bed rest, Mexico theme, because I was trying to be outside and I couldn't be. And I had so many books in my registry. Like I kept looking through. Of course, I had diapers and I had onesies and I don't know, what's those things called? A nose aspirator, the things that you put on your list. But I had so many books and I had to take books off because I'm like, Cassandra, like, stop. You want these books. These are about you. And it really wasn't about me. I just knew that I wanted my child. I know the importance of literacy. And so I wanted my child to be a reader. And I knew that Josiah was going to be a reader through me. So when I was pregnant, I had a list of books. I'm like, I want to read this. This is a good lesson. The Giving Tree. What's another one that I really loved? Oh, The Places You'll Go. Like there are specific titles because of my work in education, and I'm a reading teacher, English language arts. I knew there were lessons, concepts, themes, character development that I wanted in the form of books. And I was thinking about his first year of life. I wasn't just thinking about, I'm about to have a newborn, what's going to happen the first 6 weeks, right? I had time to sit, okay, on bed rest. I had time to think. And I thought, we need books. Like, I need books. We need toys, learning toys. We need games. Like I thought about the first year. Is that anybody else's story? That your baby shower list was looking like you were planning for a toddler and you hadn't even given born to a baby yet? Or is it just me? Let me know if it was you as well. When Josiah turned 1, I started thinking about preschool. I'm like, all right, I'm living in Kansas City, Missouri. Let me start calling around. I know I want him in a dual language program. So let me see if he can start that at 2 or I have to wait to 3. Or like I literally called elementary schools and asked about their preschool and their kindergarten programs. Am I living in the right zip code? Unfortunately, that's something I had to think about and consider. And with where I'm currently living, what are my school options? Like I thought about these things after Josiah turned 1. Okay. So I'm calling these schools and they're like, okay, how old is your son? I was like, well, he'll be 2 this year. He'll be 2. Um, but I'm just planning. And from the outside looking in, someone may say, ooh, that was too much. You were overdoing it. No, I had a plan. This prompted me to plan even further out. So I looked at my son in the future, closed my eyes, I visualized a 35-year-old man, a husband, a father, a billionaire. He's going to be a wealthy man with great character and integrity who loved the Lord. My mom always says should say he loves the Lord first, but that's the foundation. All those other things are as a result of. But I literally saw and see him as an adult. And so that prompted me to start thinking about schools and activities and language and character, what mindsets, what exposure, like where do we need to live? What are and this was not in a, this planning didn't come from fear. I actually got excited. Like I could feel it in my body right now. Like, oh my gosh, he's going to speak multiple languages. He's going to be a phenomenal musician. He's probably in some way going to be sharing his healing story because Jesus healed him from my womb. Like, he's going to be an incredibly loving husband. He's going to be an awesome, present, available father. Like, I'm not going to cry. I started thinking about my baby boy as a grown man, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I get to put the pieces together. I get to create a plan, and this plan will make his life not necessarily easier. No, it's going to make it easier. It's going to make his life easier because there's a plan laid out. And there's flexibility for his growth and his development, but we're not starting with no plan, right? So what it's helped me do is be flexible and fill in the gaps, like fill in the places where, all right, it's time to bring in the dual language. Okay, let's add in some more activities. Okay, let me give him some more exposure to other cultures, other people. Let's travel a little bit. So it's really helped me. And what I realized is that somewhere along the lines, many parents, many of us, okay, I'm a parent, we stop planning, right? We do a lot of preparation before the child is born, and then we kind of stop planning. And it's not because we care less. It's like, what do I plan for? What do I go from? What do I do? So I actually created a workbook for this. So if you're listening, you're like, I need to do that. I need to sit down and do that. I created a workbook based off of me creating a plan. So I know where Josiah is going to school, what types of middle schools, what types of high school, what type of college or secondary education. If he wants a gap year, like I have that written down. And I also do that processing with parents in strategy sessions. I have a parent right now who has not an elementary, a toddler. And she's like, I want to switch schools. Where do I go? What do I? So we're sitting down again for a strategy session to really plan out, what's your vision? What's your goal? Where do you see her in 20, 30 years? Not just in 3 or 13, I'm talking 20, 30 years down the line. And so you can start there. Get the workbook, book a strategy session, get a notebook. It don't even have to be with me. I would love, I would love to support you through the process, but get a notebook and start somewhere. How many of you, if you're watching, how many of you have written down a plan of success for your child? Written down. And I'm not even going to go into like you can find it because that's important too. Written down and posted up is very important. But how many of you have that? I want you to drop a 1 in the chat if you need one. If you're like, I don't have one. Or if you're supporting, if you're in a village with a parent, like your auntie, a cousin, part of the support system, and you know that parent needs a plan. I want you to drop a 1 in the chat. They need a plan. Well, I'm telling you that a common misstep is that we stop planning. We do a lot of preparation. The baby is born and we stop planning. Not that we stop loving, not that we stop caring. This is not condemnation. It is that we simply stop planning. Like, write it down. I really think every 9 months, there needs to be a draft of what the next 9 months is going to look like. Right? So Josiah, my son, is 3, and I'm already what's the word? Reverting. I'm already going back to the plan that I set up to make sure that we're on track for kindergarten. He has 2 years of preschool. He has this year and he has next year. But I'm already revising, editing, tweaking, being flexible, looking at the plan. But the plan has been established, right? Absolutely, Mel. Failing to plan is planning to fail. And we don't realize that we can't play it by ear. So many people say there's no manual for parenting, but there is. I've written one. There are ways. So we're not going to use, there's no plan, there's no way to plan perfectly. We're not trying to be perfect. We want to grow and we want to be progressing. So when it was time for my son to change schools, I was prepared. He's in a dual language program. That's a part of the plan. He's going to be a multi-language learner. So it's time to add the second language in. And in due time, probably in kindergarten, we'll add the third language in. Multi-language, right? Multilingual. So during the Parent Plus Summit, you're going to be able to see your child's future. You're going to be able to see them as God sees them. I'm going to walk you through a process of just starting that process, like starting that planning. And if you don't have a plan, you will definitely want to book a session and get a plan. And sometimes we ask our children, what do you want to be when you grow up? And there's room for us to probe a little bit deeper, right? For us to go a little bit deeper. If you have children, I want you to throw in the chat how old your kids are. Or if you're supporting a child, if you're in a child's village, if you're a part of their support system, I want you to throw their age or a grade level in the chat real quick. I'm going to create a resource, or I'm going to share a resource next week about going deeper on that. What do you want to be when you grow up? 6. Wonderful. Yes, yes. Okay, so that's kindergarten or first grade, 6 years old. Oh, that's a good age. That's a good age for language. That's a good age for activities, for exposure, for trying new things. So the second misstep, if you're ready for number 2, tell me you're ready for number 2. The second misstep is first grade. Yes. Oh, I love it. Man, that love for learning in first grade is real. And as parents, as you cultivate that and just continue to develop that, oh my goodness, baby girl, baby boy is going to thrive. It's going to thrive in life. That love for learning. So, number 2 is count the cost, literally. So, the scripture I read talks about counting the cost and building a tower, right? Like the finances that it will take to ensure your child's success. That's why I help parents ensure their child's success in school and in life. Because sometimes we focus on school and then we forget, right? Or we neglect to remember that there is a financial cost. There's a financial plan for success and vision for success. So some of you may have a 529 plan. I have a college savings plan for Josiah. Some of you may have a retirement fund. So you have a retirement fund for yourself, but in the case of needing to finance college or post college, or if your child makes a different decision outside of college, being able to fund that. College fund or college savings. There are even insurance plans. Did you guys know that? That you can tap into and they can be used as investment tools to help to fund college. My advice to you is to start now. I set up that 529 on bed rest, okay? No, I think the child has to be born actually. But I started it, I mean, as close to being born as possible. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna need this plan. Like I started looking at what are the options where I can set aside and tuck away finances because I want him to live freely. So I want you to start thinking about what is it that you can do now. If your child is 6 months, 6 years old, 16, shoot, if your child is 26, what are the ways that you can help them secure their future financially? Because that is very important. My son has 2 bank accounts, right? Well, 2 accounts. He has the 529, then he has a savings account. And baby boy is doing well financially. I'm looking like, okay, I see you at 3. He has his passport, has 2 stamps, done been to Jamaica, done been to Italy. Like the boy is living life. And that is not by accident. That is by design. That is according to the plan. I want him to be an international, global traveler and speak languages and know cultures and try foods and have experiences and activities. And it comes at a cost, okay? Because when we went to Italy, baby, I had to buy a ticket for Josiah, a ticket for myself and a ticket for Josiah. And though we are very different in size and weight, they charged me the same for both tickets. Okay? The same for both tickets. So that was an investment. And we're going to take many more international trips. With that in mind, I have to be thinking about my finances. So it motivates me to stay financially free and to dive into financial literacy. It motivates me to think differently about home ownership, about where we live, what region, what location. Like I like to tell people, I'm a city gal, okay, with Southern country tendencies. I like to walk barefoot outside, but I dare not in Kansas City, Missouri. Uh, but in my hometown on dirt roads, totally different, right? I love both. And I have to consider and think about those things when I'm thinking about where are we going to live? What's the best region? What's the best exposure that I want to give him? It has helped me to consider or reconsider career opportunities. And I'm not just talking about the money that I'll make in the career, it's the freedom and the flexibility to acquire wealth. Okay. Because um, salary doesn't what's the word? Salary, like a set amount, you can only earn this amount, does not motivate me. But entrepreneurship, the ability to grow and develop and expand, that motivates me. That freedom of my time, that flexibility, me being my own boss, that motivates me. And it supports the life that I want to live as a mother. So be thinking about that as a parent. If you're like, yeah, I need to transition out of this job, or actually like the freedom and flexibility of my job, and it supports what I want to do with my child, or I would like to relocate, like start thinking about those things. And that is a part of counting the cost. Think about the long term. Okay. So I know that my son, and I hope this for you too, will graduate debt free. Okay. Have a lot of money, have the mindset to own and operate his own business. You can throw in the chat something that you're wanting for your child, like that you know is going to require finances. I want him to graduate from college or finish his gap year, whatever he decides to do, with no debt, with no bad debt, because not all debt is bad, right? I want him to have good credit, great credit, excellent credit. See how my language is even changing? So I need to make sure this is written down in my plan. I want him to own a home. All right. I want him to have a nice car, nice, reliable vehicle. I want him to be covered in all of the ways that my parents covered me, that my parents desired to cover me, and even more. Like as I learn, as I grow in this world, I will look at, I mean, he'll probably have a couple properties by the time he graduates. Let's go. Like we're blowing the lid, what ceiling, right? The sky is the limit. We are blowing the lid off of the box. I want him to be covered. I want him to excel in so many ways. And that's what my parents worked for. That's what their parents worked for. That's what I'm working for. And I can thrive at the same time. So work is not synonymous with hardship. Okay. Work is not synonymous with survival. I truly believe, and this is why I'm doing the Parent Plus Summit, that we can thrive as parents. We can thrive in parenting. You can look good. You can feel good. You can take care of yourself. You can do good. You can be good. You can build a healthy, sustainable relationship with your child. You don't push them to success at the detriment of the relationship. I believe that you can thrive in all the ways. And so at the summit, we're going to start talking about what area or areas of success can you start building in right now. Maybe it's school. Maybe it's intentional discipline. Hey, maybe it is faith or homeschool as an option, school choice. Maybe it is thinking about health and fitness or wellness and what you put in your body and how much you move it. Maybe you're thinking about early childhood, social emotional. We're going to have an expert in bullying prevention and awareness. And this month, the month of October, is Suicide Prevention Month and Bullying Awareness and Prevention Month. And that is no coincidence, right? Those two are actually correlated. And so we're going to talk about the social and emotional parts and pieces of parenting as well. We're going to talk about special education and services. And so you might say, my child doesn't need any special services, but let's think about who they are, what schooling path you have chosen for them, and what options there are. Special education is not a negative thing. It's giving your child what they need individually to succeed at school and in life. Okay, I gotta sneeze. Excuse me. Is this good? I'm so glad y'all are with me. I love getting up early and talking to folks. Okay, so give me a key takeaway if you're on here with the live and you're able to type. Because number one was the misstep of we stopped planning, right? It's like they here now, we just gonna, I'll just see, um, I'll just see how it goes. I'm really not sure what they're interested in now. Well, you know, I want to just wait. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. I know that's not the lyrics because you say yes at some point, but no, you need a plan. Have a plan first, okay? Have a plan and be flexible with your plan, but have a plan. I promise you, last summer, or this past summer, actually, a few months ago, it made a world of difference for me to already have a plan because I wasn't stressed. I wasn't emotional. I wasn't spinning in cycles when I was thinking about schooling and activities and options for Josiah. I had a plan. So I'm like, let me go back to my plan. Is this what we're doing? Yes, this is what we're doing. And I was able to move forward quickly. And that's what I want for you too. So that plan is key. And if you're like, Cass, I really need a plan, like I'm listening to you, I really, really got a plan. I need a plan. I need a plan. Please just slide in my DM and say I need a plan. And I will definitely give you the link so we can sit down and get you one. I have so many resources on you being able to plan. Okay. Let's see. Where was I? Number 3. Y'all ready for number 3? Y'all ready for number 3? Let me know. This is good. Y'all ready for number 3? Are you ready? Number 3 is that we're making it hard by doing it alone. Does that resonate with anybody? Making this thing really hard, right? Because you're in it all alone. You're like, man, I got to determine where we live, where we go to school, what activities to put him in, how much to set aside. I got to research what's the best financial track, the best financial plan. I got to research, um, even school clothes. Old Navy's having a sale on boys' clothes. They're not paying me to say this. One day they will. But please, probably boys and girls. I got a boy. I have a boy. So please, 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 let me know. Is your 6-year-old, you have a daughter or a son? I don't know why in my head I keep wanting to say daughter or son, but I don't want to. Assume because I don't know because you didn't share that. But your 6-year-old, you need some clothes. Old Navy. So what I love about this misstep is it's an easy correction. A son. Oh yes. Okay, it's an easy correction. Girl, Old Navy. I'm telling you, fall and winter clothes. I don't know what city or state you're in, but it gets cold in Missouri. So Old Navy. All right. Um, it's an easy course correct. You need a community. Okay. A community. The summit, we already have 27 parents. 28 the last time I checked. So we have room for more. On a Zoom, you can get up to 100. So I would love to have you there. Please register, right? I want to pack the place out. And what we're doing is we're coming together in community, right? We're not like calling out some special, unique group of struggling parents. Like every parent has felt the struggle, and every parent deserves to feel like they're thriving in parenting, that they have the skills and the tools to thrive. So you're going to come and learn about those 7 areas, like I told you, and you're going to hear more about my Parent Plus community and all of the opportunities and all of the programs and all of the resources that each speaker has. So I love that whether or not your child is in school yet, or if they're in elementary or the middle and high school, if it's social emotional, if it's like, yeah, we got to get this nutrition thing because there's things going on physically, emotionally, even spiritually that we have to address, like it's going to be addressed at the summit. And there's going to be opportunity for Q&A as well. And then for you to connect and reconnect offline. So the summit is going to be tremendous, y'all. It's a countdown. Like wait a minute. It's in 8 days. Oh, I'm going, oof. Y'all gonna hear about me all next week because I'm so excited for this. Everything I create, my Parent Plus community gets first grabs, first dibs when I pull all these lives because they getting snatched. I've been saying that for months, right? But they really are getting snatched off of Instagram, Facebook. They might stay on YouTube. We gonna think about it. But my Parent Plus community gets access to all that. They get twice a month coaching, and they have my attention. They have my word. They have my commitment. The summit is going to have that opportunity to learn more You're also going to have dozens. Like I said, there's already 28 parents registered, and we still got over a week left. They're going to be there with you in solidarity. And they are all across the country. What I love is that I've even had some people who are aunties or uncles register. Like I had one guy, he registered. He's like, my brother told me to come. My brother told me to attend. And I'm like, what? What? Say less. Like that's amazing. What if the whole village pulled up and got access to all the information? Right? Invite your tribe, invite your village, invite your support system, your network. That'd be awesome. That'd be awesome. I would love for them to join. All you need is the link. Link is in my bio, but you can also tell me right now on the live that you want a link. I'll follow up with you and get you the link. And here's why I want to connect, right? It's like, Cass, why not just give me the link right now? I mean, I could, but here's why I want to connect with you. I'm praying for every speaker. I'm praying for every parent. I'm praying for every family, every attendee, every child that's represented. I'm praying that we are going to thrive from this point forward. That the weight of feeling like I'm not doing enough, I'm not making the right decision, I'm not confident, like that weight is going to be lifted because you are going to have tips, strategies, and the resources through people. You're going to have human resources. I'm one of them who is going to be able to connect with you and help you along this journey. There is the misstep of thinking that we have to do it alone. I 100% could not do it alone, am not doing it alone, will not do it alone. I have a village. And for some people who are like, I don't have a village, I have created a village. Okay. So you can build a village. You can build a community. You can start with me. I'll be in the village. And I got a group of parents who will sign up and be in your village too. And being in your village doesn't mean we all up in your business. It means that we are there to support you. We're there to champion you. We're there to empower you and encourage you as you journey in parenthood. I am a part of a village and I am building a village at the same time. Like this is very, very big. And I know we use this word village real loosely. So I love the law of definition. I'm about to give y'all the definition of village. A house, a group of houses and associated buildings larger than a hamlet. That's not the one I want. Smaller than a town. But another example or definition of village is a self-contained district or community within a town or city regarded as having features, characteristics of the village life. It's also a small municipality with limited corporate powers. So that second definition, self-contained district or community within a town or city regarded as having features, characteristic of village life. So when I say village, what I mean is your network, your community, and your support system. These are the people, whether they are in close proximity to you or they're virtual or extended. Our village extends outside of the United States of America. Okay. If I'm being honest, our villagers, some of them reside in the heavenlies. You know what I'm saying? Because I be praying because I know Jesus. So being able to know that you are not in this alone and tapping into the people and the power, right, that you have in community is so vitally important. It's a common misstep in parenting, and you don't have to have it. I mean, you don't have to go without it. You don't have to do this thing alone. So please comment if you're interested in the link for the summit. Tell me which session you're interested in if you want more details. And today at noon, I'm going live with Elise Jones of Parenting for the Culture, and she's going to talk about intentional discipline. And to be quite honest, I'm going to tell you how Elise like came up in. We actually met 15 years ago in South Africa. We were both in college, and we randomly met. Found out she knew my sister and was doing college in my home state, which is Missouri, and we've stayed connected. Thank God for social media. And now our paths have intersected in this parent space, parent support space. And she's a phenomenal coach that takes intentional discipline very seriously. And she's phenomenal at what she does. Like phenomenal. Phenomenal. She transformed my mind and my life. Uh, when was that? June? In June. Yeah. And I got to share her with people. She's great at what she does. So the link for the summit is in my bio, but also you can just connect with me in the comments or the DM. I'm praying again for the speakers, for the parents, for the attendees, for the children that are coming. Like, life is going to be transformed. I know that you want confidence. I know you want access. I know you want a network. And all of that is happening at the Parent Plus Summit. I'm so excited. Like, I'm glad it's virtual because the reach is massive. But when we run this back, it might be outside. It might be in a city near you. Drop your city, okay? Because I love to travel. So drop your city. I'm gonna go over the 3 missteps again. Tell me 1, 2, or 3. Which one was for you? Let me know. Was it the stop? We stop planning. That's the misstep. Is it that we stop and we don't count the costs? Or is it that we are doing it alone as parents? Which of those 3 really spoke to you? Which one did you need? Um, you don't have to do it alone. I just want to stress that. Like, you don't have to do that alone. Tonight, I'm hosting a parent. I feel like I gotta blow my nose. Girl, sir, everyone. Sinuses are real. So this health and nutrition, Mocha's Get Me Together, and sinuses are about to be up out of here. We're not doing this every year. No. I got too many things to do. But you don't have to do it alone is what I'm saying. And if you're in Kansas City, Missouri, tonight I'm having a parents' night out. We do have space available for a couple more attendees. The RSVP was 2 days ago, but I had a few that are not able to make it. So if you would like to join, let me know. I will send you the details and you can pull up in person. We're going to be outside. Great food, great fellowship. And we usually don't invite the kids. It's a play date for the parents without the kids, but this time the kids are coming. So the little ones will be in the mix, and there may or may not be an after party. Okay. Um, there may or may not be an after party. So just go ahead and join. That's from 5 to 7 tonight. So what I want to say before I leave is that if you've been seeing the post, if you're on this live, hey, Nat, if you are on this live, I started real early this morning, Nat, real early. If you are seeing reels or posts or something is striking a chord in your heart and your spirit about this parenting thing, and you're like, I can't continue this way. If you've been praying, if you've been crying, if you've been inwardly dying, I'm being serious. I wasn't trying to hashtag bars, but if you know, you need support, you need confidence, you need access, you need a network because you have stopped planning for your child's success, or you're not counting the costs and there is no financial pathway to secure success for your child, or you're lacking community or just not taking advantage of community. I want you at the Parent Plus Summit. I want you there. Like I told you, I want to be a part of the village. So I want you to block off the time now. It's next Saturday from 12 to 2:30 Central Standard Time. It'll be the best investment of your time. It's free 99, okay? But our time is more valuable. It'll be the best investment of your time for the next 72 days of the year. Like 2023 is almost out of here, okay? And what I know for sure is that as many parents as want to thrive, I'm willing and ready and called and positioned to help you do so. Y'all, this lash is, hold on, it's what we're not going to do. That's why you don't rush. You know what I'm saying? This is a beautiful, beautiful product and lash. That's why you don't rush. It's throwing me. I want you to thrive. The last 72 days of this year are going to be the best 72 days of this year. You're going to feel more energy, more confidence, more connectedness, and more community. I just know it to be true. And one way you're going to do that is by joining the summit. So if I keep it 100 after the summit and after the summit date, if you choose not to attend, it's Thanksgiving, it's Christmas, it's New Year, it's 2024. Like, it's going like that. Y'all know how the holidays do. It's going very quickly. So I want you to make this Parent Plus Summit a benchmark in you closing out the year. Like pull up, get the information, get the resource, get the connections, and watch how time slows down for you in the best way, how energy increases for you, and how you build a community, a village around you to support you and your child's success, not just in school, because we focused on more than school, but in life. I want to close out again with this scripture, and I can't wait for y'all to register and join. Yes, the best investment of your time, for sure. So the scripture again was Luke 14:28 and 29, saying, let me actually put this in the other version, because remember I told you I pulled up King James, and King James, bless his heart, he uses lots of words that we don't use no more. Okay, so Luke 14:28 through 29. Suppose one of you wants to build a tower. Won't you first sit down and estimate the cost to see if you have enough money to complete it? For if you lay the foundation and are not able to finish it, everyone who sees it will ridicule you. Forget about the ridicule, right? In the judgment. This is about your child. And what we're not going to do is not stop and plan, count the costs, and lean into community. I'm so grateful that you tune in. Please share this live, because the lives are coming down for real. I keep saying it, but they're coming down for real, for real. Natalie, hold me to it, sis. The lives are coming down. And guess where they're going? They're going to my Parent Plus community. So you got a few days to watch all the lives, or you could just pull up to the summit and get more information about joining the community. I am so grateful that you tuned in, and have an extraordinary weekend.